Welcome, Mixed Indians. Chris Lee here. Just wanted to share with you some of the new stuff that's going on in the Mixed In studio, the G1 Studios. So first of all, what we got going on here is the new rig in use right now. So you can see the aperture monitor going on, hooked up to the cage, and the camera in there, and we got the rig going on. And I have the remote control that went with the Sony tripod, and I got it hooked up to the tripod here. So this is the different tripod. This is the Ravelli tripod. So now that we got that, then we got our preview monitor going on here, so we can see what's going on. And and that view right now is the table here. And what we got going on here is a series of fluorescent lights and LED lights, and I'll explain. So we'll come around to this side, and so our point of view when we sit at the table. So over here is an LED light, and over here is an LED light. Now what these ones are the newer, with two E's, newer LED lights. And they're dimmable, and so this one can be dimmed down a little bit. If it's too bright, we can turn it down, and so that's almost off. There's off, and we turn it back on and turn it up a little bit, and so we got that. And it's actually attached to the ceiling with a what's the hook? I don't know if you can see it, not from this side, but this one you can. Let me zoom in a little bit. So it's a digital zoom, but you'll still get the idea. So it's attached with the hook, and then set it up, and it hangs right where we need it. So those are the LEDs, two of them, and these, on the other hand, they're fluorescent. They're the kind that are meant for a flood light for your driveway or something, and they're daylight balanced, and I just love them. They cast a nice even glow, no hot spots on the green screen that I can tell. And we also have a fluorescent style one there to kind of do the middle of the green screen. Now the sides, they're not lighting the green screen at all. What they're intended to do is when we sit at the table here, so you can see over there, I'll zoom in, it'll be a digital zoom, but you'll get the idea still, that the light that's coming from the side here will light the back of our shoulders and our hair just a little bit, and actually kind of a lot. So it was so intense that I needed to put some diffusion paper on it. So I just used some clothespins, little tiny ones, and I put the diffusion paper on there, and it softens it to a certain degree, and it's very nice that way. And I did the same thing to this one. This one looks like it was coming off a little bit. Alright, I only had one left, that's why. I'll just move that around, trying to get that to stay put. So that's what's going on for the sides. And then we decided to go back old school and use some of these microphones, because I was reviewing some of my older videos, and we were tampering with the concept of having studio mics for us to speak into, and I liked the sound of it. It sounded pretty good. So I wanted to try that again, but this time we're going to hook it into a Zoom H5. So the Zoom H5 right here, it has great microphones on its own, but we're not going to use this way. We're going to plug these two mics into the bottom here, and what's nice about this setup is that we'll get an independent my volume and Williams volume, and then we can put the compressor and the limiter on there, and so we don't sound like we get too loud, and if we talk kind of quiet, it'll still bring it up, and it'll sound really nice. And the only thing is I know for me, this mic right here, I love the sound of it. It gets good tone for the voice. but the output is hardwired on there, and so I can't take that off the wire, and it's a 1/4 inch jack, but that's okay. The Zoom H5 has the 1/4 inch input right there, so that'll work out fine. This mic also sounds great, and this mic has the XLR style plug, so we're good there, and the end of it is the XLR this way, and of course the Zoom will accommodate that kind of a plug-in right there, and so the sound is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty good. And then over here, so this is kind of a behind the scenes of the G1 Studios. Here's our all our costumes, and in the bags have hats and wigs and makeup, and so for right now this rack sits right here, but our really important shelf here behind the rack, as I move it out of the way, you'll see is our couple of shelves here that have a lot of mixed in stuff. So up in here we got a couple of props. There's our hats. Here's some portable green screens and a blue screen, and here's another backdrop we used one time, and we put it on the table once in a while. Here is some colored gels to change the color of the lights just by dropping them over it, and we got down here some chroma key green tape, some gaffer's tape, and all around here is clamps and things like that. We have some lights up here. Here's the crane that we made, our camera jib, and of course there's some other lights there that we could use in an emergency if we really want a whole bunch of lights. Also in this shelf, this is a 4-track recorder, which is I used it when we did a backup for a song that we did. It was the Pumpkin Side, I believe. And under this here is a mixing board that we bring out once in a while, and to mix several people at the same time. That works out really good. And here's some accessory tools. Here's what brand is it? I'm not sure. Focus. Is it not going to focus? Really? Okay, but what that's for is a multi-tool, and then here we got all kinds of adapters and cords and batteries even, and microphone attachments. And here's my other microphones that I keep back here. Shock mount, keep the box. I put the shock mount when I'm not using them, I put them in there. Here's some more clamps. Here's where all the tripods and light stands that we're not using go. And I have a battery charger for the cameras. And here's a bunch of the batteries. There's another prop here for our Star Pros. Got a phaser. I think it makes noise too. Yep. Too bad it doesn't light up. And this shelf down here has a few more things. Here's a couple more prop weapons. Here's this big guy right here is a strobe light. This is my security cameras and a DVR in there that I use for behind the scenes. When we're ready to do our takes, we use this for the clacker. And down here we got the extension cords that we would ever need. And here's a tote that has a whole bunch of wires and stuff, all kinds of cables. And speaking of, here, walkie-talkies, label maker back there, and here's my over-the-shoulder stabilizer that I use from time to time. Here's the umbrellas for the umbrella lights, and up here is some of the lights that we use from time to time. They're all in the boxes to be safe, and we got some more props up there. So it gets pretty busy over here. Here's a up and coming video that we're gonna talk about soon. So William just got for his iPhone, he got a really cool lens, an anamorphic lens that would snap onto your iPhone, but he got this kind of a cage setup that you can snap your iPhone into it right here, and after you do that, you line this up so that that cinema anamorphic lens will be right in front of the camera lens perfectly, and you could carry this around. It's got these cool little grips right over here. I'm kind of holding it the wrong way, but so if I put my hand around here, see the finger grips work out really perfect, and you can put your other hand right here and carry it, and it keeps it very stable. But it's got all these mounts on there, so you could put in a light like one of those newer lights. So this light over here, if you look there the way it's attached, that could totally be put on top of this if you want to, or you can put a microphone on there, so that thread's in there. But then it has the one important thread down there to attach to a tripod, so it's going to be very versatile. So watch out for the video that's going to come up about using this anamorphic lens with the iPhone. It's going to be great. I can't wait to start shooting with that. So there you have it, is a little bit of what's going on in the G1 studios as of now. We're going to do some shows where we discuss things and try beer reviews and stuff like that, sitting at the table for a few episodes. And then when we're not doing that, we just put the table away, and we got this wrapped around green screen now. We didn't do this before, so now it goes all the way around in front of the garage door, all the way to the edge of that door, and it's going to be awesome. So it looks like it's really evenly lit, maybe a little dark in that corner, but we're doing good right now. So thanks for watching behind the scenes in the G1 studios. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
So awesome!
Hey, Chris! Hey, Chris! Hey, have you seen my robot? The gay bag, big brown, no? Okay.
Come on, chili beans. Bush's best.
Recycling, bitch! I don't normally beat my dicks in public, but I might make an exception for this one. You took that way too literally. I don't know how I survive here.